Hello, happy Easter, and welcome to week 3. So, I'm going to be going over all the work that you need to do for this week. So, right now it's the time for you to get organized. So, if you have the sticky notes, you can use the same sticky notes. That's what I use. I use the same sticky notes from last week. I took them out and I got organized. So, if you need to get a marker, a highlighter, or sticky notes, pause this video so you can get organized with me. So I'm going to start with reading. And again, I'm looking at my handy dandy schedule. And we're in week 3. So we're right over here. And this week is not going to be about asking and answering questions. This week is going to be about using text features. So we're going to be reading stories and identifying text features. And the scholastic in front of that packet is called "This is the World's Most Dangerous Cat." So you're looking for this one this week. And I have a picture up there the whole time so you can look for it. Day 1 is on page 174. And we are going to look at this little article called House of Snow. You're going to read the information. It's a nonfiction piece. And you're going to look for these type of text features: the caption, the bold print, and the subheading. Okay, if you do not remember, this is something that we're going to be going over our Zoom meeting. But if you see this word right here, igloo, do you see how it's dark? That's called a bold print or a bold word. And the purpose of that is to show important information and teach you new words. The caption talks about the picture. So if you were to look at this picture and you wouldn't know what it was, you can read the caption. It says, "The window in this igloo is made of sea salt." Oh, see, now I know that the window is made of sea salt because of the caption. So the purpose of the caption is to tell me about the picture. Okay? And the subheading, this is the heading. This is the subheading. It tells you what the section is going to be about. So if you did not read this section, but you read the subheading, you'll know that this section is about making an igloo. So that is day 1. Day 2 is on page 176, and some of us read it in class together. It's called Sod Houses, and you're going to do the same thing. But this one's a little tricky because here they tell you the name of the text feature, the purpose, and an example. So here they gave you one text feature and you have to find out the other 2. Here they gave you the purpose of the text feature. So you have to guess. You just have to find the missing text feature, the missing purpose, and the missing examples. Okay? Day 3, homes around the world. And I actually have a packet that belongs to a student. That's why it's all written on. So on the back, there are some questions. Okay, and again, you're going to have to look back in the story to figure them out. Okay, and the questions have to do with text features. So make sure you're on the lookout for them. For number 4, okay, this is a short response. And a short response means that you have to write. But when you write, you have to write on the certain page. So, for example, the answer to this question, you're going to have to write it on page 181. So, you're going to have to look for page 181. Here it is. And you know this is the page because it has the same title as your story. This is where you write your response. Okay? Same thing for Sod Houses. This is where you write your response. All right, we're almost done. Day 4, you're going to focus on those short respond answers. And again, you're going to have to go back to Sod Houses, and you're going to have to go back to Homes Around the World to answer the question. You could do it. Day 5. This is a cool story. I can't wait for you guys to read it. It's called Abe Lincoln's Cabin. And I love the pictures and the captions. So when you're done reading the story, you're going to have questions again. And the questions, you go back to the story and look for the answers. Okay? I think the trickiest one here would probably be number 4. Okay? And what you have to do in number 4, it says which facts are found under each subheading in the passage. Write the letter of the fact in the correct box in the chart. So you have to find out where this information is. So if you look at A, it says one favorite game was cup and ball. So where did they talk about that? Did they talk about it in water bucket and axe, spinning wheel, slate and books, or games? So these are subheading. What are subheading? Right over here. Remember, subheading talks about the section. And if you see, there's 4 of them. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to find out which subheading did they talk about. One favorite game was cup and ball. And when you find it, you just write A under the section it goes in. You don't have to write the sentence, just write the letter. And I think that's the trickiest one of all. All the other ones are super easy. You guys are going to have so much fun. Also, this article, I'm going to read it to you in another video so you can read with me every night. Remember, the more you read, the faster you get. So I hope you're reading this with me every night. All right, you ready for math? Let's go to math. Take out the robot book. And here are my tabs again. The same ones from last week. All I did was take them out and put them back. So I'm looking at my handy dandy schedule. We are on week 3. And all I did, I went and I highlighted the standards. Because remember, this book has no page numbers. So I'm going to look for those standards. And the first one I'm going to be looking for is NBT 1.3. And remember, I look at the last numbers. NBT 1.3 looks like this. NBT 1.3. And we just did this before school ended. This was place value. Remember, you can represent a number in more than one way. You can do it in expanded form, standard form, and word form. And if you forgot, I'm going to remind you. So let's just pick any number. Let's say 346. If I write it this way, this is called standard form. This is standard. It's normal. It's basic. That's how you write it. Now, if you want to write this number in expanded form, this is what it would look like. We would break apart the 300 because that 3 is in the hundreds place, so it's 300. 4 tens is 40. 6 ones is 6. This is called expanded form. You expanded, like the Incredibles. Remember, they can expand. It gets big. And then we have word form. So it's word form. You write it in a word. 346. Now I ran out of room. If I had room, I would write 46 right here. So this is called word form. So there you have it. Standard, expanded, word form. And that's what you're going to be doing for day 1 on NBT 1.3. So like for number 3, they're going to trick you and show you all the ways, but you have to read the question. They want you to pick the standard form. And you remember what that looked like? The normal one. Okay? All right, day 2, we're looking at NBT 1.4, and it looks like this. And here we're comparing numbers. And remember, we use that handy dandy symbol, the greater than and less than symbol, and equal to. Yeah, the alligator always wants to eat the greater number. He's always so hungry. So in order to do that, you need to look at the place values again. So let me give you an example. Let's do number 1. We have 268 and 273. First, I'm going to look at the hundreds place. But I noticed that they are the same. So that's not going to help me. So I'm going to go to the tens place. 6, 7. Can that help me? Yes, it can. 7 is greater than 6. So I know the alligator is going to eat the greater number. The greater number. There you have it. So make sure you take your time and look at the place values. All right. Day 3, we have MD 3.7. It looks like this, and it has to do with time. All I have to say is the hour is the short, the minute is the long. Do it with me. Hour is the short, minute is the longhand. Hour goes first. So you always look at the hour hand first and then the minute. If the hour hand is in the middle, you know it's getting closer to 30. It's not on the o'clock. Day 4, you're looking at MD 3.8 A, B, D. And it looks like this. It's a little tricky up here because it has 3 of them. MD 3.8 A, B, D. And this has to do with money. And I know your parents can help you with money because you deal with it every single day. So you have to know how to identify the coin. So here you have a penny, which is 1 cent. Here you have a nickel, which is 5 cents. 5 cents. Here you have a dime, which is 10 cents. And here you have a quarter, which is 25 cents. The best way to do this is to write the value of each coin and add when you need to add. Okay? Last but not least, day 5, we're looking at MD 3.8 AC. And it's the next page. And it still has to do with money, but instead of with coins, you have dollars. And that's pretty self-explanatory. You have the $1 bill, the 5, the 10, and the 20. All right, that is it for math. Let's move on to science. For science this week, we are mostly assessing what we have learned about the life cycle. And we're going to be practicing together during our Zoom videos and then assessing together. So you don't have to do it by yourself. So for day 1, you're looking at 338. And you have the sum it up and a nice little maze. If you did it last week, then don't worry about it. Day 2, I know some of us started on the Zoom meeting with the life cycle of a plant. If you need help with this, just let me know. What I did in the Zoom meeting, we use page 332. We use the bottom to help us write the life cycle. All right, you can read on the farm. And then there's a little writing there to do about the farm. Day 3, some of us already did the vocab. So all you would have to do is number 4 and 5. And again, go back, read, so you can get those answers correct and we can review them in our Zoom meeting. Number 4, day 4, we're just more questions. And again, please go back to the reading. And day 5, you're going to do the back right over here, number 13 and 14. And that is it. So it is mostly assessing life cycle. I also hope to finish our life cycle book that I've been reading in our Zoom meetings. Boys and girls, I'm very proud of you. Please remember to do your work and do your 45 minutes on iReady and 3 books on My Aunt. You rock. Goodbye.